I had a good childhood. I was born into a family of, my father was not really very religious at all, but my mother was, and people on the mother's side were. And so I obviously took the road that my father had to show me, and I still love him. Rest in peace, but I love him, with all my heart. And I learned a lot from him. I never realized the way of Christ and the way of living a good life and opening your heart to bettering yourself and others around you. And I had some really tragic incidents happened to me when I was 28, 29, and 30. I lost, my father, well, I'll just put it this way. I was going through a really bad time. I lost a lot of close people to me all at the same time, including 3 best friends of mine, one suicide, one drug overdose, and 1 brain tumor. And my father of small cell lung cancer, and was going through a divorce, lost my career, and ended up in a wheelchair. That kind of puts all that into a nutshell, and so I ended up really resenting God. I was angry at him. I couldn't believe he was putting me through all that. It was like, I started questioning, was there a God? And I ended up in a place after about an 8-year run of not my choice, but a place that put me behind bars. And I'm not supposed to say that. My son's not supposed to know that, but you know what? You're going to find out someday. And I realized, I realized in there after I sobered up a little bit, I was addicted to heroin, meth, and pills, and alcohol. I realized I couldn't take the wheel anymore. I had no control. And obviously, I hated God so much for so long that I obviously believed there was one. And he was giving me a chance for some reason, and kind of in the process of closing the bar gates, he was opening new doors. And I am now sober for about 2.5 years. I have finally started to feel a connection in the community and with Christ. The promises of doing God's work is coming true, and things are very bright to me right now. And this day, it's pretty amazing. I love you all so much. Thank you for coming and being here on this day of putting a life behind me that I should have a long time ago, but I now understand that God put me through a lot of these things to make me stronger and help me understand that there's people in this world that need help finding that same connection, that there is a better life, and there is life outside of self-destruction. And I'm going to do what I can to give God what He's given me back. I realize I'll mess up, but I asked Kenny today at church. I've been thinking about it for the last week. What I hear people in their testimony, they have a favorite passage or favorite verse out of the Bible. I couldn't think of one. I've read the Bible, believe it or not. In the beginning of my sobriety, I chose to read 2 books. One was by Bill W., the Alcoholics Anonymous, and the other one was the Bible. And I got a little discouraged because, I didn't understand in the Bible that there's all these family relations. This person was 300 years old and related to this person. And I'm like, oh man, I got to follow this? I like just, the whole let there be light thing, and I'm good with that. And so basically, I've been seeing the light in the last 2.5, 3 years of my life. And so, I really relate with any passage that has to do with coming into the light and out of the darkness. And Kenny recommended a certain passage this morning. It's Colossians, is that right?
Colossians. Colossians chapter 1.
Colossians chapter 1, chapter 13 through 14. For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. And I'll just close with that.
Thanks, Dave.
Grew up in the Episcopal Church, had a very amazing church family that I grew up around. I first really met God when I went to a happening weekend. Had an amazing experience where I truly felt that I had met God, and through bad choices, some that were not in my control, but just through life, I definitely lost God, lost my way, sunk to a pretty low point of despair and helplessness, but like any good shepherd, God helped me find my way back, and it truly has been through reestablishing my relationship with God and becoming involved with Gateway and this Eastside Network and this extended family that I have found. My relationship with God is just growing every day, and I couldn't think of a better way than to get rebaptized today and reaffirm my love and